we are actively seeking to.
That's what the market wants to do then. I mean, is there really any hope of jobs here? Do we just need more roads and buses to get to the jobs? I mean, are we really talking reality?
No, we need an employment base and a significant employment base in Gungahlin, and we shouldn't give up in our attempts to achieve that. We believe, you suggested, Alan, that perhaps there we've been unnecessarily modest in the first phase and the second phase, which Gord has just indicated will go to the market within 6 months in a Gungahlin business park with the LDA. At this stage, these approvals haven't yet been granted, so this is position in principle with the LDA giving consideration to essentially contribute to the development of the office block to actually kickstart the process. I guess in the context of our analysis of the market and of demand, what the LDA is acknowledging is a suggestion that, well, without some government intervention, it won't happen. And some government, but these are significant issues for government. No ACT government has ever, that I can recall, well, not in my time anyway, gone into the business of office construction.
I wouldn't expect that.
Well, that's what Gordon's suggesting we're going to do. We're saying, well, here we are. The government, through the LDA, will give consideration to doing precisely that.
Not construction.
Yeah.
Well, partnering with someone perhaps construct a building before you actually. What large building office developers do is they will get a pre-commitment from a tenant before they will risk the capital. What we might have to do is actually invest in our own project as well as just roads and landscaping and other features. Perhaps invest in some build with a private sector partner. Again, I use the analogy of the airport, and it's a successful one.
Look, we're really happy for you to just basically release land around here that would allow creation of a Brindebella Park out here. Frankly, what they've done out there is a brilliant recipe. It's just in a shocking location, and so many residents of Gungahlin have to battle the Majura Road parking lot every morning, which, I might add, doesn't even have a bus service on it. Yeah. Now, can I just give you a rough idea of calculations of putting a bus service on there? If that just delayed the need to upgrade the Majura Road to the parkway status of what, $150 million estimate by 1 year. No. Majura Road. Just delay the need to construct that by 1 year. The interest savings alone I calculated, would allow you to buy 17 new buses. So, I mean, the problem is that until we start getting some jobs out here and allowing people to specifically buy these new blocks that you're releasing because it's near where their job will be. For instance, Dewar, I'll declare conflict, I won't work in Dewar. But Dewar's being moved 500 people by 500 people into each new building that gets built out at Brindebella Park. And where do most of the people working there come from? They go down Majura Road because they all come from Gungahlin, a very large quantity of them. Yet I understand that's who you're negotiating with over Section 63 in Civic.
Well, there's no negotiation. There are no negotiations over Section 63.
Okay,
at this stage, the government's intention at this stage is to option Section 63. The government is involved in no negotiations with anybody in relation to Section 63.
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions and comments to put forward here. What we see here is just one part of the town centre. And unfortunately, I think that Gungahlin is a good example of no one really getting down and coming up with a plan that reflects the population of 100,000 people and 36,000 jobs, which is about the ratio we've got in other areas. When we look at this, and we look at what we've got here now, and we look in 15 years' time, I've been here 15 years, 15 years will come along. There will be a decent population here, And either you're going to have to do something damn dramatic with the roads or transport or something like that to get people out, or you're going to have to be thinking a bit bigger than single-storey buildings to cater for them.
Very much.
There is no point in having multi-storey buildings in Mitchell and expecting people to walk from there. These blocks that you've got here, you would be better off not to sell them if they weren't going to build them at least 4 or 5 stories. So even though I really believe employment is important for Gungahlin and important for the ACT, I think that a backward move is to do something like this that is really not utilising the space that we've got to its best, and that really needs to happen. On top of that, we've got to look at retail. We look at what we've got now, good for a group centre. It would be comparable to Dixon. But this is going to be 100,000 people. Where's the Belconnen Wall going here? You know, it needs to be looked at. You're busy, and the LDA and the government has taken a bucket load of money out of this area year after year after year. You're so busy selling the land off and boxing us into a position that if ever employment comes here, there's going to be nowhere for them to go. You're going to be turning around and saying, oh yeah, they want to build a big government department, but guess what, we've got no land in Gungahlin. We've got 2-storey units and heaps of McDonald's. The vision for the future, if it is somewhere, I have never seen it. The vision that I see here is great for a town of 50,000, doesn't reflect 100,000.
Ian, couldn't agree with you more. You are absolutely 100% platinum-clad correct about the needs. You're incorrect about the fact that the government's doing nothing about it. Indeed, the existing, or the previous territory plan zoning for commercial land left us with about only 30% of commercial retail land and space that we would need to accommodate Gungahlin's population. That's why in the draft new territory plan, there's a proposal to dramatically increase that amount of space.